Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Heaven and I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and homemaker. I have a 4-year-old toddler boy and I am currently pregnant with baby number 2. We are expecting our baby girl in July, so today I decided we're going to go ahead and get into a little bit of nesting. We're going to be transforming our previous homeschool room into a nursery for when the baby comes, and that's going to be a lot of work. So I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with me so that if you have any upcoming home projects, we can maybe tackle them together, or this will give you an idea of how to do it. It doesn't really have to be that difficult. Even if you're not a pro, you can still do it and get it done. So this is going to be part 1 of our nursery transformation. I was very sad to see our homeschool room go, but we have already been thriving in our new homeschool location, so I'm not too sad about it. So to get started, I am just taking things off of the wall. I've already began moving all of the furniture and transitioning it to our new homeschool location, but now I just have little Noah helping me get some things off the wall. He asked to do it. I did not make him do it, I promise. But we are just taking down some of the shelving units, and then I'm also attempting here to get the face plates for the outlets off of the wall. This was definitely a headache because that had been painted over, so the paint was kind of like covering the grooves on where I needed to put the drill and the screwdriver. And it had actually been painted over like a few times, not just once. So even after I got the screw out of the outlet, I still had to kind of like go around the outlet with the corner of like this little paint scraper or whatever you call this tool, just to try and get the faceplate off the wall. And once I did it, it actually damaged the wall a little bit, just because of how long it had been on there and how old the paint was. So that was definitely a headache, but I got it off. And once I got it off, I actually had to move on and do the exact same thing to another faceplate. So of course I'm not going to be replacing this outlet cover. I am just going to remove it and then put another one on here. We have plenty in the basement that are brand new that does not have orange paint covering all over it. If you too are tackling a home project with me, or you have something coming up, I would love for you to comment below and let me know what new home projects you have coming up, or what new paint jobs or room transformation you're currently working on, because I know we are now entering into the spring season. So for me, that's typically when I'm doing some home updates, and if you are the same, then definitely let me know. I would love to hear about it. So after patiently taking my time to get those outlet covers off the wall, I am now getting all of the screws out of the walls to go ahead and like spackle over them with a little bit of spackle, or I think I use like some sort of quick set compound, whatever my husband had in the garage is what I had. And again, I'm no pro at this. I'm literally just like throwing it on there over the hole, just making sure I get it inside of the hole so that there's no hole in the wall. And then afterwards, I'll go back and sand it down. Like, it does not have to be pretty. As long as it gets inside the hole and fills the hole, I'll be just fine. And I made this a little bit thin, so I made it a little bit harder for myself. So make sure if you are doing something like this, don't make it too hard for yourself and make it too thin. So once that was done, I went ahead and started taping off whatever I didn't want to paint, which really wasn't much because I kind of needed to paint this whole room, you guys, down to the closet, the baseboards, the door trims. Everything needed a fresh coat of paint. And even this here vent that I'm taping off needs a new fresh coat of paint, but I need to clean it before I do that. So taping alongside the vent because I need to clean it before I can paint over it. And I'm actually just gonna probably end up replacing it. I haven't decided yet. And then also taping the window sills down so I don't get any paint on the window. Now, I actually started this sometime in February. So when I filmed this video originally, I was about 18 weeks pregnant, and now that I'm doing the voiceover for it, I am currently just about 22 weeks pregnant. So I do have like a small baby bump like protruding out of the shirt, embarrassingly. But 18 weeks was a pretty good time for me to be doing this, because I know for a fact I'm not going to be wanting to do this type of stuff in the 3rd trimester. So if you are currently working on a nursery project, or if you're pregnant or anything like that, I highly recommend doing this in the 2nd trimester, because you're past the whole 1st trimester, like uncomfortableness, the nausea, the super exhaustion and things like that. You're also past when you are currently still in that window of being at risk for like miscarriage and things like that. So just waiting until you're like past that stage, and then once you get like a little bit more of your energy back in the 2nd trimester, but you're not so huge and so big that you don't want to move, that's the perfect time to do any of the hard stuff. So painting, assembling any of the furniture, all the hard stuff, do it in the 2nd trimester. And then all of the not so difficult things, like doing laundry, maybe folding up clothes, doing all of the cute like clothing shopping, maybe organizing the dressers, setting up postpartum stations, things like that are the type of things that you do like later, not like painting and furniture assembly. So yeah, I did this at about 18 weeks. So after getting everything taped off, I went ahead and started doing the trim work, or cutting it is what my husband calls it, like cutting, which is where you go around any of the hard to reach places with the paint roller. So like things that you can't reach with the paint roller are what you'll want to paint first. So I'm painting around the window sills, around the edges of like the doors and the corners of the walls, the bottom of the floors, the top, like along the ceiling, because I know I'm not going to be able to reach those places with my paint roller. So I did 2 coats of this, and I'm using a white paint. 1 can I had like left over, and then 1 can I ordered from Home Depot online. So that's what I'm doing now, just doing all of the cutting around the edges. I did 2 coats. So I did 1 coat, and by the time I finished the entire room, the section of the room that I originally started at had, kind of dried to where I was able to go back and do a 2nd coat of cutting. So I did have the windows open, very well ventilated, so that it could dry while I'm doing it, but also so that I'm not breathing in any chemicals, even though I made sure I bought a low odor paint for the safety of the pregnancy. And you also see I have Noah helping me. He just wanted to do something, so I let him put a little bit of paint on the closet door, because I'm gonna paint that as well. So I did around all of the window sills, the light switch covers, the outlet covers, the corners of the walls, and the bottoms of the wall. And now you see I am doing the top of the walls, and this just makes it to where when you're finally painting, it's gonna go by so fast. So now that I'm kind of just letting that dry, I'm sanding down the areas of the wall where I put spackle or quick set to get the screw holes covered. But you guys, when I opened up this paint that I ordered online, I'm 100% sure I ordered a pure white, and it shipped to me in like a beige color. Like I don't know what it was. It was like the color of my outfit, but it definitely wasn't white. So I literally had to stop, go to the store, return that, and get the color that I need. And it was getting pretty late at night. So now I'm back, got the right color this time, and I also put on a mask because now I know that the scent, like the very light paint scent, is going to be just a little bit stronger because I'm painting the entire room versus just cutting alongside the edges. So got my mask on, got the right color paint, and now I am painting the walls. So just, taking my time. I have like the full length extended pole for the paint roller so that it's not too hard on my back. And this part is pretty straightforward, not difficult at all. I have no technique, just putting paint on the roller and going up and down. Now, a step that I skipped is sanding the entire walls. Normally when I paint a room, I will sand the entire walls, like of the entire room. But you guys, I didn't feel like it. Like I just didn't. Like, I mean, I'm not in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy, but even in the 2nd trimester, it's like I'm a little bit tired. Like not crippling, but I'm a little tired. So I didn't care. As long as, the walls looked cleaner, they looked fresh, and they looked brighter. I was okay. It wasn't no like terrible imperfections that I really needed to sand over. This was just fine. So I'm just putting paint on the walls. It is getting super late. You guys will see that it is dark outside by now. It's pretty late. So I'm just trying to get the job done at this point. And I also still have like some furniture in the room that might have made it a little more difficult for me to really move around, because I had to keep moving furniture out the way or like getting around it, trying not to knock it over and things like that. But like once you get all of the hard stuff done, which is getting everything off the wall, filling all the holes, sanding down the holes, and cutting around all of the trim work and things like that, then I feel like the actual paint job goes by so much faster. So I am also doing 2 coats of this. So just painting around the first coat with the window open so that can air out. And look at that window, look at how dark it is. I started in the evening because I got lots of other things as a mama to do: cooking, cleaning, homeschooling, you know, all that stuff. So evening was the best time for me to start. But yes, 2 coats. I did 1 coat all the way around, gave it a little bit of time to air out and dry, and then a second coat as well. And then I also did the same thing for the closet door. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like the finished product of it once it has kind of dried to touch. So like not fully dried. I needed to let it have like a full 24 hours to dry. And then I actually closed the door and left the window open for a few days so that I could fully, you know, vent out and things like that. But I'll show you guys what the final looks like after I completed all of the paint. A fresh white coat, not very bright. I don't have any daytime light, but you guys, once I open up those curtains in the morning and the sun comes through, the reflection up the walls is perfect and exactly what I was going for. So a lot brighter and a lot more clean. And I kind of just hope you guys enjoyed the very first part of this nursery transformation, and hope that you guys will join me back for part 2. But that sums it up for this one, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more homemaking inspiration and motherhood motivation. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.